Hey guys, Chris here from Soappuff Gaming. We are going to jump into another Back 4 Blood video. We are going to do a heavy guns damage build today. Now we are going to focus more on your LMGs and your sniper rifles. That doesn't mean you can't use a shotgun, it really is up to you, but in this deck I am going to prioritize a few particular key cards that are going to obviously steer you one way, not the other. So I will be tackling a shotgun build, and I will be doing a separate sniper build. For this heavy gun build, it is going to be focused around two primaries. There is going to be a card that will explain why I've got two primaries. It really is just going to be your LMGs, and it is going to be a sniper rifle. We are going to try and get a gold sniper rifle, one called Lockjaw and the other's called Witness. So to get the gold weapons guys, you need to open warped chests. So do have Tala in your team if you can help it. When I make a deck, when I make any deck, I do focus on the character traits. They do influence how I build a deck. And on that note, we'll just get into Walker's traits. So mutations that Walker pings are highlighted and deal 10% reduced damage. He also has plus 10% to damage, and his team effects are plus 10 to team health. And moving on to Jim. Jim's traits are precision kills grant Jim 2.5% stacking damage until he takes damage. He also has 25% plus reload speed. His team effects are plus 10% team weak spot damage. So these two are my two recommendations to use for this build. An honourable mention would also be Hoffman. So now that we have that out the way, we're just going to jump straight into the deck. Number 1, Weaponsmith. This will allow the ability to unbolt attachments from weapons outside of your safe room. Unbolting the attachments will cost 400 copper. And the team effect is if anyone else has this card, it will reduce the cost by 100 copper. Number 2, Mark for Death. So mutations you ping are highlighted, and your team deals 10% increased damage to highlighted enemies. So this one will work really well with Walker. This one will have a double effect. So not only will I have the trait effect, it's also going to have the deck card effect. So just remember, with Walker's trait, if he pings a mutation, it will reduce the damage by 10%. Number 3, large caliber rounds. So these large caliber rounds are for your shotguns, your LMGs and your sniper rifles. 7.5% bullet damage and 200% bullet penetration. Number 4, silver bullets. This will give you 10% bullet damage and 15% effective bullet range. Number 5, phosphorus tipped. Continuous gunfire gives an escalating chance to set targets on fire. Now this is a really good card to pair up with an LMG with a large magazine. You're obviously going to increase those chances of setting targets on fire. Number 6, overprotective. When a teammate within 15 meters receives 5 or more damage, gain 20% increased damage for 5 seconds. Number 7, front sight focused. This will give you 20% accuracy, 10% weak spot damage, 15% aim speed and 15% recoil control. So this is the introduction to the weak spot damage. You do need it. You're not going to need 100% weak spot damage. There is other cards that you can use for weak spot damage. I did also include this card mainly for its recoil control and its accuracy. And with the 15% aim speed, it's going to work really well with this next card. So this is number 8, Patient Hunter. Every 0.75 seconds you aim down the sights, you increase your bullet damage by 10%. You can stack up to 3 stacks. Number 9, Cold Brew Coffee. 15% reload speed, 25% aim speed, 25% weapon swap speed, and 25% use speed. This is the one card that can be interchangeable. So the other card that I would swap Cold Brew Coffee for is called Shooting Gloves. So this will give me the 25% weapon swap speed, but this will also take me down the recoil control. So 15% recoil control and 15% accuracy. So the main reason why I've got Cold Brew Coffee card still on is for that 25% extra aim speed. By having that paired up with number 8, you're going to get to that stack build much quicker. Number 10, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. You can equip a primary weapon in your secondary slot. This will give you a negative 25% swap speed. But don't worry about that, because number 9, Cold Brew Coffee, actually negates that. It will take it back down to 0%. So it will be like as if nothing happened, your swap speed will not be affected. Even if you substituted Cold Brew Coffee for Shooting Gloves, I've already kept that in mind. This will also negate the negative 25% weapon swap speed. Number 11, Admin Reload. When you stow your weapon, it reloads. This works really well with 2 is 1 and 1 is none. Having two primary weapons with large magazines, if you just instantly swap your weapon out, it's going to be reloaded next time you pull it out. And this was the other reason why a cold brew coffee was one of the cards to be interchangeable for me. Having that reload speed in there was just not necessary, so this is one of the cons against it. In any other circumstance, reload speed would obviously be important. Number 12, power swap. Changing weapons within 1 second of reaching low ammo grants plus 20% bullet and melee damage for 5 seconds. I believe this card works really well with number 10 and number 11. If you do read the card carefully, it doesn't actually say reloading. So just simple swapping of the weapon will grant this buff. When you see the reload text come up on your screen, quickly swap your weapon. This will ensure the buff is in use. Number 13, glass cannon. This will give me 25% damage, but it also gives me a negative red text of 30% negative health. For the amount of damage percent output that you're going to do, that with some gold mods, I think it's worth the sacrifice. Number 14, confident killer. When you or a teammate kills a mutation, gain 1% damage up to 15% until the end of the level. So with the amount of mutations that do appear within the game, you're going to have no problem getting to the 15%. I really do feel like this is guaranteed. And the last one, number 15, line them up. So this will give me 10% effective bullet range, 15% recoil control, 25% bullet penetration, and 25% aim speed. So that does finish the deck. This is going to be quite a lot of damage that you're going to do, so do keep in mind the tips that are coming up, so get ready to pause the video. So that does conclude this video, guys. I do hope you like this build. Let me know if you're using it. Let me know if you'd swap anything out. But until then, I'll see you in the next.